All right, friends, it is finally that time. Now, a couple weeks ago, I cracked open a box in front of you as part of doing a review, and I thought it was a canvas print. I shared with you that it's that time of the year, and I had ordered a whole bunch of different canvas and metal prints focusing around a common question that we received from you folks back in 2023, and that is doing more print reviews based upon photos taken with a smartphone. And I cracked open the box from Artbeat, stuff flying in the air, from Artbeat Studios, and I had thought it was a canvas print. And let me expound on the reason for this here. See, over the years, the Artbeat has really done a great job from a metal print standpoint. And honestly, I thought that's all they did. And while I was on there ordering the print for this here, I saw canvas prints, and again, had no idea that these guys did canvas prints. So, of course, I had to order one of those from them as well as the metal print, and I cracked open what I thought was a canvas print a couple weeks ago, and it turned out being a metal print. So, my error on that, but my defense, as I shared with you, I had 7 boxes. Now I'm down to 5 because we did a review last week with large metal prints on a metal print taken with a iPhone, and this photo should be a canvas print. Actually, I know it's a canvas print because, again, metal was last time. So let me get you up to speed as far as what you can expect. If this is the first video of this nature that you're watching with us. See, 5 years ago, we started doing canvas print reviews. Then we added metal print reviews, and this was our answer to a lot of your questions coming in terms of what is the best canvas, what is the best metal print that I can get. Because many of you were getting frustrated. You go to Google, type in best metal print, canvas print, whatever the case may be. You find a website out there that has a list of 10 companies, 8 companies, whatever the case may be. And you order one based upon their recommendation, and you get it, and it falls short of expectations. And little do you know that these companies, what they do is they will put together a list based upon affiliate links and all that other fun stuff, and they never even touch the print. And it's unfair for you folks because you're buying it based upon their recommendations. So we do it a little bit different here. We're going to crack open this box just like dozens and dozens and dozens over the years, and it's the same format. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to share with you everything from the packaging, the print, the canvas, the frame, literally A to Z. There's going to be no stone left undone. So therefore, you're able to see for yourself what that print is like. You may agree with me, you may not, but ultimately, at the end of the day, if you go out there and buy a canvas print from Artbeat Studios, I don't know why I even bothered to look. I know it's from Artbeat Studios. From these guys, you have a good idea as far as what your money's going to get you. That said, let's crack this sucker open. I'm excited about this for the reason that a couple weeks ago, I thought I cut into the box. Oh, come on. So for come on, seriously? There we go. A couple weeks ago, I've been really itching to see what a canvas print looks like from Artbeat Studios. Now, technically, I could have put another week between because it was just a couple weeks ago that we did their metal print. But my show, do what I want. I can't wait to see what this thing looks like, so we're going to do it today. Okay. Oop. All right. We have off the get-go here. And again, this is not what I would consider a heavy-duty box. It is... it's just a box. I mean, it's not really... Again, it's not heavy-duty. I wouldn't say it's like a medium-duty box. But on the top here, we can see we have one layer. 2, 3, 4. Okay, we have 4 layers of...
Poppets.
And then, of course, we can see why this box doesn't necessarily need to be bulletproof. All right, let's move that right there. We're going to put that over there. All right, this is hands down one of my favorite ways to see a print package. And what I'm referring to here is you'll see there is a, there's a 1/8" birch wood or plywood that the print is taped onto, strapped onto. The reason why that is important is the top side of this, you saw there was 3 or 4 layers of those large bubble pops. On the back end of this, if this takes a hit this way, it would have to be a pretty impressive hit to go through this. Now, if it takes a side impact, that's going to protect it there. It protects the print all over. Now, the reason why I like to see it taped to this, especially more so with canvas prints. If the canvas print is just kind of loose in the box and kind of shimming around as it's going from point A to point B, what happens, you get these white spots on top of the canvas and it just looks bad. So this is really well done. And what's funny is a few years back, there was only a few companies that were doing it this way. Artbeat was one of them. The company overseas, Whitewall, from over in Europe, they were doing it. And then we started noticing more companies doing it, which is a good thing because people are becoming more aware of just how jacked up photos and prints can get when they're coming in from the print shop. Okay, now we crack this open, we can see we have this foam that's going around the print itself. And this foam wrap for added protection. Let's crack this open. Now this time, knowing that this is a canvas and that I can mess this up, I'm going to be extra careful not to jack this thing up. It's funny, this print here, I know what photo this is because it's the same one that was done with the metal print. No need to reinvent the wheel. When I ordered the metal print from these guys, I just ordered the same print for this one. So this is no different image. No different image. It's the same image. Okay, boom. Okay, there we go. All right, so as you can see, we have the wrap. We're gonna stick that over there. And boom. Now, if you missed the last video, but think maybe I'll share with you what this was. This was down in Anza-Borrega. I was down there doing an overnight. I was doing a review on this tent and this diesel heater right here. And what I do is when I go out on my little adventures and so forth, I will go out there and I will set up a remote office. And I'm sitting over there editing a video that you folks probably watched a few weeks ago. So, all right. Now, the last time we saw this image, though, it was on a metal print. Now, one of the big advantages of printing on canvas is you get this very classic feel to it. Now, this was, as you can see, we had the 1.5" frame on there, which we'll get to in a moment. But one of the first things, as always, what I'm looking at with any sort of print is I'm looking at the larger colors of the print itself. Because why? Well, if a printer head is not clean, it's not calibrated, or there's some wonkiness going on, you can get some banding and some weird stuff happening and so forth. Now, with this here, this is actually smoke coming up. So this is not a artifact of any sort in the print itself. This is the smoke coming up here. These are all the little stars in there, which was actually such a beautiful night up there. So what I'm doing is I'm looking over. I'm looking at the sharpness, I'm looking at the detail, and I'm trying to find the canvas is tight, which is, again, what you want. Tell you one thing, the colors look absolutely fantastic. Now, we're going to roll it over on the side. We're going to start looking at the corners, which again, you can see the corners so far. We're done really well. You know what's funny is some of the earlier canvas print reviews that we would do, I would have this god-awful logo over on the lower right-hand side or left-hand side, depending upon which way you're looking at it. And some of the companies, it would be overlapping to the side, and I haven't done that in a while. That was a fun. Maybe I'll do that for the 2024 canvas print reviews. That was fun because you'd get some messed up looking prints. Half the look, because the downside is a lot of these companies, they don't have any quality control when the print leaves. So they don't bother to look like the logo is hanging off. I've had staples hanging out. I've had really messed up. I've had a footprint on the back of the print. Yeah, I think that was elephant print. That was 3 years ago. That was such a horrible print. But anyway, front of this looks really, really fantastic. Now let's flip this over. All right. One of the first things that I'm going to put this down, I'm going to count the staple frequency, but right now what I'm going to do is, now if you've watched, I'm looking at the seams. I'm looking at the seams here, which they are decently put together there. It's good. It looks decent. Now the one thing that I would like to see on a canvas print, now, this is one of those kind of controversial things, and that blows that out of proportion. I like a back on the back of my prints, and I've been complaining about companies not doing this for years. Now, when this is up against the wall, do you need the back there? Absolutely not. But for me, because I'm strange like that, I like a back on the back of it, but there aren't a lot of companies that actually do that, and in all reality, you don't need it. But let's count the staples on this here. All right, so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 21 staples, and this is it's funny, I forgot how big I ordered this thing. Okay, so this is a 24 by, that's right, 18. Okay, so 21 staples on the one bottom edge here is actually pretty good. And again, why you want a good amount of staple frequency, you know, again, I've seen photos that, or prints that have come through and there's very few staples. And as a result of it, you don't get a tight canvas. Now, what's going to happen over time is, yeah, things are going to start to stretch. And the more staples you have in the back of here, it's going to keep this tight as long as it can, rather, or much longer than obviously a print that has few staples. That sounded very basic, but I'm going to go with it. I'm going to just own it. Now, on the back of here, we can see we have some mounting here hardware that is going across through here, which is nice. This is actually has the plastic coating that's actually on the wire itself. So again, now the only other thing, because again, I don't hold any punches with you guys. The only other kind of item that I would like to have as a wish list would be a center brace going through the center of this. And again, this is one of those things that somebody will say, well, Alex, you know what? It's not a big print. You don't need it. I know, but you know what? It's just one of those things that if I'm nitpicking or if I'm really not going to hold any punches back and just sharing with you guys a very open opinion about this print, I would love to see it covered. Very few companies do that. And I would like to see a center brace going through this, which technically, again, for a print this size, you don't need it, but damn, that looks good. So again, and this was, you know, it's funny. I didn't know what to expect from Artbeat. Because again, companies out there, they specialize in one thing and sometimes they try to do something else. And the part that I don't know is how long these guys have been doing canvas prints. I saw it on their site, and you know, I need to call. You know what? I'm going to reach out to them and ask them, and I'll put it on the screen here before I go live with this video here. But where I'm leading with this is when you see companies, often they will try to do. They're known and they're specialized in one thing, and they're very good at it. Artbeat with metal prints, and then they start doing canvas prints. Now, again, who knows? They might have been doing canvas prints longer than metal prints. I have no idea, but I'm going to put it on the screen. You're probably reading it as I'm saying it right now. So, but I will say is, regardless of how long they've been doing canvas prints, this looks very, very good. The colors are spot on. I don't see any noise. The frame was well done. The corners are fantastic. And I think I said I don't see any noticeable noise. The colors, this deep blue, and it's one of the reasons why I chose this photo for these tests, is you have this big blue area here. So of course, if there is any sort of wonkiness, you would see that. And one thing I'm looking at right now, and I'm using the reflection of the light here, is when somebody's putting a frame together, and if they aren't putting it together correctly, you'll have this kind of bevel coming up, which looks like it looks bad. And you can see it went from an angle. It kind of pops up and so forth. And that's what I'm looking for right now. Actually, I'm just trying to find something that I can share with you folks about other than my wish list in the back and the bracing there. But let's take a look at the scorecard. All right, friends, there you go. The first canvas print review that I have done from Artbeat Studios. Had no idea. They did a very, very good job on that. Now, if you want to take a look at some of the other reviews that we've done over the years, what I will do is I'll put a link down in the description below to a few of them. And then, also you can go into our YouTube channel and under videos and just type in canvas, and you'll find all sorts of canvas print reviews or metal print reviews if you want to see some of the companies that we've reviewed in the past. But these guys did a very good job. But friends, that is all I have for you today. Now, if there are any questions that you have on this particular print or companies that you would like for us to review in the future, let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, hey, that's it. So friends, we'll see you during the next clip.